the moon is much more than a gorgeous face to look at night. It aids in the movement of our planetary tides and ocean currents, as well as the movement of Earth's atmosphere and temperature, as well as the tilt of our planet's axis. So, what would happen to our planet and us if it vanished without warning? Would we be able to make it? Unfortunately, no. We'd immediately notice that nighttime was substantially darker. The moon's surface reflects the sun's light, making the night sky appear brighter. Any regions without access to artificial light, such as country roads or woodland campsites, would become more dangerous to walk through at night without that indirect glow. Animals might be confused by the moon's unexpected absence. The presence of the moon benefits animals that utilize eyesight as their major means of interaction with the world. According to a 2013 assessment published in the Journal of Animal Ecology. That comes as no surprise, yet it has important ramifications for the topic at hand. Many predators, such as owls and lions, hunt under the cover of darkness with barely a sliver of moonlight. They'd have a hard time getting food without the moon. When the moonlight is bright, rodents, on the other hand, tend to conceal more. Their predators have an easier time detecting them. They would thrive in the absence of the moon. The tides would be the next obvious difference. This is because the moon is pretty close to us. Its gravity has an effect on our Earth. Our oceans are pushed back and forth by this force, which we refer to as the tides. According to research scientist Matt Siegler, NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, who works on the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter, tides would rise and fall at a far slower rate, without the moon, around 1/3 of their current fluctuation. The tides wouldn't entirely stop moving because the sun has a gravitational pull on the oceans as well, although it's not nearly as strong as the moon. A 2/3 reduction in tides would have a significant impact on coastal ecosystems, potentially eliminating many and interrupting the flow of water, energy, minerals, and other resources. Between low and high tides, entire ecosystems occur in the water. Many crabs, barnacles, snails, mussels, kelp, sea stars and algae rely on the tides daily coming and leaving to survive in these areas. Migrating and local birds, as well as land mammals such as raccoons, bears and deer, are all fed by these ecosystems. Tidal movements also aid in the direction of ocean currents, which in turn affect global weather patterns by distributing warm water and precipitation around the world. Regional temperatures would be far more extreme without them, as would major weather events, according to Jack Burns, director of the University of Colorado Boulder's Network for Exploration and Space Science. He claims that it isn't simply about ocean tides. The gravitational force of the moon moves molecules in the atmosphere in a similar way. Even more destructive effects could be caused by a missing moon, however, on a far longer time scale. The tilt of our home planet's axis would most likely fluctuate dramatically over time if the moon's gravity wasn't holding it in place. In just a few 100,000 years, the Earth may shift from having no tilt and essentially no seasons to having a significant tilt with extreme seasonal weather fluctuations and ice ages, according to Siegler. He uses Mars as an example, citing the drastic temperature changes that occur as the tilt of the planet's axis shifts dramatically. It lacks a huge, stabilizing moon to act as a brake. On a more personal level, we could say that we will lose a source of scientific information and inspiration if the moon disappeared. Fortunately, there's no indication that the moon will self-destruct or collide with another orbiter very soon. We hope to have earned a like from you. Hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to Explified, and we will see you in the next one.